Welcome to Next Level Shift, the podcast where we explore personal growth and transformation through real stories and honest conversations. In today's episode, we will be sharing my experience from my first 30 days alcohol-free as a first responder and the powerful changes I noticed along the way. Let's dive in.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 3 of Next Level Shift. It's me, Todd, back at it again. On this episode, we're going to talk about my first 30 days being alcohol-free as a first responder. This question gets asked all the time. What happened in the first 30 days? I go to a bar, go to a meeting or some kind of social gathering where I usually drink, and they ask, what happened in the first 30 days? Well, here it is, my first 30 days alcohol-free, and what actually changed me immediately. Now let's kick it off. Why 30 days matters. Basically, it's long enough for your body to reset your habits, reset a whole bunch of things in your life. It's long enough to notice a real clarity, whether it comes to mental clarity, your body adjusts a lot, especially your skin. A little bit of weight loss happened with me. And it's long enough to feel the cultural pressure weigh in. So some folks would be like, oh man, you're not drinking. It's just 30 days. It's okay, cool. You get that a lot with Sober October and January. After that, they're like, hey, what are you doing now? Especially if you do it around the holidays, like I started off with. A lot of people ask, oh, you're just doing it for 30 days? But like, oh, I'm just doing it for the holidays. A lot of people don't get it. It's still short enough to still in those aspects when it comes to, hey, I'm going to take a break for 30 days. That's pretty normal. A lot of the physical changes I've seen in the first 30 days, I had a lot more energy. It's crazy. I actually got good sleep. Wake up cleaner. So I usually wake up about 4:30 every morning, get my day started. Sometimes just the little things, shaving my face, brushing my teeth, just getting the ball rolling earlier than most folks. I also get real good sleep. So that first week or two, I was pretty normal. And then after that third week, I was getting 9 hours of sleep. And when my head hit the pillow, I was asleep. There was no fumbling around, trying to find a good, cool spot, depending on the person. I had less inflammation and less bloating. I didn't really feel those aches and pains like I was before whenever I was drinking often. And when I say often, it's just the occasional social drink, going to this bar. Hey, let's meet for lunch. Going to this event because they want me to meet certain people. I have a drink there too. That stuff accumulated over the weeks. But I didn't have that for the first 30 days, which is a blessing. There was no fog. There was no shift fog. So say back in my first 30 days, those 24, 48s, if I had drank on my first day off and didn't drink my second day off, I would still feel the residual from that first day off on my next 24 hours because it would take me so long to recoup. I saw a drastic difference the first 30 days. It was crazy. And I was like, oh, this feels really good. I had immediate boost of stamina and clear thinking. So I was processing things a lot quicker. My critical thinking skills were getting a lot better. And my overall attitude towards drinking more water, being healthier, changed. There's a lot of people I know that'd be like, yeah, I stopped drinking for about 2 weeks and I felt great. And then they get right back to it. But I stuck to my 30 days and you see the results. I'm here right now. Now let's talk about the mental shifts. Basically, my anxiety lowered. I was thinking that, hey, I always drink when I go to social events. Just that one drink will get my anxiety knocked out to where I can talk to more people, be conversive. And I'm a very talkative person already. I like to meet people and, I've just got the gab when it comes to that. And all that actually improved when I stopped drinking. So my anxiety just lowered. My emotional stability was there. I was able to control my emotions. Not saying I have an anger problem or anything. It wasn't that. It was just, it wasn't wishy-washy. It was just, oh, okay, everything was taken a step further and I thought through things a lot more thanks to that clarity that came along with it as well. My feelings were present again. I was there. I was in the mix. That was something that happened often. And I had no guilt or shame the next morning. If I was hanging out with the boys doing this, that, and the other, I would say some goofball, off the wall, random things that I wouldn't say when I was sober. So those first 30 days, I could recollect everything that happened the day before, the night before. I was able to have my plans set for the next day and have them all up here instead of jot them down, which I still do, but I have more of a sense of focus is the best way to put it. Felt sharper on calls. I felt sharper at work. I'm getting that good sleep. I'm getting that good recollection of things that I had been through the past few days before that. And my performance was just outstanding. And this is just 30 days in. My work performance improved tremendously throughout all my jobs. I made faster decisions. I made clear communication a key in my mind. So if I could tell that the other person didn't understand what I was saying or asking of them, I would go over and beyond to simplify it and make it easier for them to understand what I need from them. That set a better leadership presence on my side, along with more confidence as well, knowing that I had a clear mind. I had more patience with citizens as well as subordinates. I was able to break down why I'm making the decision, going that extra mile. It wasn't like, oh, I got to sit here and explain this to them again. It was like, oh, okay, cool. Let's make it happen. I also had improved situational awareness coming from that clarity, that good sleep. Bloating, inflammation, all that stuff. It's just night and day. And that's just after 30 days. There was no 2-day recovery window either. Like I said earlier, at 24, 48, I only had 2 days to recover, and it's just to eat, sleep, rinse and repeat type situation. I didn't have to worry about any of that when I stopped drinking. I'd go to the bar, hang out with the buddies, get my non-alcoholics. Yeah, they're empty calories, but they're not as much. I'm not eating as much. It's just a twofold. It was great, and everybody accepted it. But this is just the first 30 days. So imagine when I go 60, 90, so on and so forth. People are going to be like, man, are you okay? And that would happen. We'll talk about that soon. So cultural pushback and support. Honestly, most people were really supportive about the 30 days initially. It was a problem because people were asking me like, hey man, did you have a drinking problem every single time? I tell them I'm not drinking. And most of them, once I broke it down to, hey, I'm doing this experiment, just bear with me, this is that and the other. They're like, oh, okay, cool. Just making sure. Some people didn't support it. They were like, okay, it's a little weird, but all right, cool. But I also told them, hey, if I told you I stopped drinking water, they'd be like, oh, okay, it wouldn't be a problem. But yeah, eventually they grew into it and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, man, go do your thing, enjoy yourself. Some people actually avoided the topic. You tell them, hey, I'm not drinking for the next 30, 60, 90 days. They're like, oh, okay. Ask them if I have a problem, and then that's it. Knowing that they might actually benefit from taking a break as well. Some secretly wanted to try it, and it's kind of cool because they would hit me up. They would hit me up on IG or text me or something like that. Like, hey, I'm really interested. I really like what you're doing. I'd like to do it too. Give me some insight on this. And some folks really stopped drinking just from seeing me not drink as well. It's kind of cool. Breaking out of tradition is uncomfortable, but it outweighs the cycle that I have been for years and years and years. I gain respect from some people that I didn't expect either. They'd be like, hey man, much respect. See what you're doing. Good on you. Keep up the good work. And that was really cool. The challenge of social settings. So my off days, I would usually go watch football, go hang out with some friends at the bar and talk about the drama that they might have going on in their life. Just to kick it. Around the time I started, it was holidays. So Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. A lot of family members were like, hey, here's a drink. I want you to try this. And I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm trying to stay sober for a while. That was a really big eye opener that the holidays were a big celebration for everybody to have some kind of beverage, whether it's rum, whiskey, you name it, especially eggnog. Like I said before, I love eggnog. I did also come to realize that drinking necessarily wasn't a necessity for holidays for me. And what I do is just grab a non-alcoholic beer and drink it up. I have them all stashed to the side because they're a little bit more expensive than regular beer. Just sipping it and hanging out, have that clear mindset. And I felt like that actually helped me develop to be a better social, non-alcoholic drinker myself. So the biggest ones I had the first 30 days felt clear all the way together. Woke up with a clear mind, clear head. It wasn't that low. Loved it when I was around my family during the holidays. And I could remember what we did the night before. And I was able to eat more the next morning, waking up like, hey, you know what? That was really nice. I felt sharper in regards to work. I was able to do more things and be more energetic and have that extra energy that I haven't had in a very long time because I didn't have to worry about that bloating or that acid reflux, waking up in the middle of the night randomly and messing up my sleep. I had a moment when I was in the country of Dominica and it was their Independence Day. It was one of my diving trips. And they had asked me, hey, do you want to come celebrate with us in the village? And that was pretty hard for me because I like to be culturally diverse when it comes to different countries and the places I travel. And I actually told them no. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be able to come hang out with y'all. I'm sorry. I'm going to kick it here in the room. Why? Because their culture is big into rum and stuff like that. And I would feel some type of way if I go down to the village and one of the people that are imbibing and enjoying themselves like, hey, here's a drink. And I'm just like, no. I feel like that would just be uncomfortable for everybody, especially not knowing their native language and all that good stuff. I mess up the vibes. So I said no. I felt like that was a big win for me. They appreciated it. I didn't tell them why, but they were just like, oh, okay, cool. I actually made somebody else go instead. It's funny. But yeah, that was one of the coolest parts of my first 30 days. One thing, if you're ever thinking about trying a 30-day break and not just dry January, sober October, this is your sign. You don't need to hit rock bottom. You just need to be curious about a better version of yourself. So when you get the chance, give me a holler. Subscribe. Join the movement. Just let me know. Hit me up in my DMs on Instagram, Facebook, even YouTube. Episode 4 is next. That's when I talk about 90 days and beyond. Stay tuned. Appreciate y'all hanging out today.